Hello. How's it going? What's up? Yo, I am feeling a bit ill again, so that's fun. Why is the audio not working? That's weird. Let me check that. Okay, for some reason, default audio device does work, but actually selecting it doesn't. Go figure. Yo, Niddy, yo Coordinates, yo Kate, how's it going? Good to see you all. We are going to do some Clubhouse Games. It's been a little while. I want to see if I can get sub 3 in this. To be honest, I had this in my head before I was ill, like a day or two ago. And I thought, you know what, I just fancy doing this, and now even more so because it's just simple and there's a lot of downtime between levels and games and that. So yeah, that's why we're doing this today. I might do some other stuff later. Might do some Resort. Might do some 3D Land, maybe if I de-ross that or something, I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see how I feel. Maybe I just end early today. But yeah, I do still want to stream. So we're still here. You finally figured out how to consistently fast into a blade duel. Bad news, power cruising sucks. Real and true. Anyway. I feel like power cruising is just something you have to get used to be honest. Okay, wait, hang on. So it's stage 3 for escape, isn't it? I always make it a ritual of practicing escape before I run now. So we'll do that. Dang it. I have to go counterclockwise, right? Or is it clockwise? Does the piece have to go clockwise? No, it's anti-clockwise. Why do I always forget this? Oh my god, why do I just forget this? I've been practicing Solitaire and Turncoat and Texas Hold'em, believe it or not. I've actually been practicing just to sort of improve my decision making a little bit. The on-the-fly decision making you kind of have to do. But I haven't practiced Escape, so I should do that. Why can't I do this? Okay. I need to go on YouTube again, I reckon. But yeah, I might end a bit earlier today because I want to stream on Monday, long stream, and I do want to have a decent stream length to do We Play. So yeah, I kind of want to be well enough to do that. Okay, Clubhouse Games DS Escape 42. Okay, Escape 42. I'm sure it comes up. Yeah, Escape 42. Escape free solution. Yeah, okay, cool. I need to save this in a playlist or something. Because there's one version of this video where it just says look on my website and the other one actually has the video. Yeah, tall piece into the top right, then the top left. You do go clockwise with it. Why do I fail that all the time then? Okay. No, wait, hang on. Do that, you do that. Wait, what? What? Right, I just closed it and now I lost it. How? How do you... Okay. Right, okay, I remember now. Sorry, there's probably going to be a lot of coughing and a lot of muting during this stream, I'm not going to lie. Okay, let me try that again. Hang on, no, do that. And then you want to move that to there. Why do I get stuck on that bit every time? Yeah, you have to move this bit to the bottom. Yeah, the tall one has to go to the bottom. Okay, right, whatever. Cool. Tall one has to go top right and then bottom right. Okay, I will just manage for that. Alright, let's do a run. Yeah, we'll just see how it goes. Okay. So, I do have world record splits for this as well. And I actually managed to get ahead of that. Hang on, I can't actually see my comparison until I start the run. Let me, I removed the current comparison from my thing. Hang on. So, let's go on here, stamp mode, start over. Yeah, that's where we lost the run on spades. Like, we were literally world record pace into the last, like, 5 games. Okay. Let's go, let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go. So it's probably going to be a lot of resetting at the beginning to actually get a run going. Because what we need is we need first place. Basically, the idea with this is you play all the games in Clubhouse Games. They're all in here. However, if you get first place, you get 3 stamps. Second, you get 2. And then third or fourth, you get 1. And you need 3 stamps to clear each game. And then at the end of each level, you lose all the stamps you currently got. But you can, on the same level, as long as the games are on the same level, you can carry stamps between games. So that's the premise. So it's kind of like a run of all games finish, but also all games win in a way. It's a very unique speedrun. Old Maid doesn't even have CPU difficulties, it's just an RNG game. Pretty much. There is some strategy, but not enough to warrant CPU levels, I guess. There are pairs of all the cards, but there is an odd number of queens, so you can get stuck with the queen. There you go. So that one was the pair, so now someone has the other single queen. And you have to get rid of all your cards, and that's pretty much it. So now I know that that raised card is a king in CPU3's hand, unless they move it. Yeah, they've moved it now. There we go.